Hey guys, welcome to my channel which is Real Homeopathy. So today I'll be explaining on obesity, its complication and homeopathic treatment. Okay, and today I'll explain you what is obesity, what is its incidence and how you have to deal it in homeopathy. Okay, so let's begin. So first thing is nice to know. Childhood obesity is a growing health concern in the world, especially in India. So obesity is mainly seen in childhood now primarily, and it is the most concern in the world, especially in India. And the World Health Organization, which is WHO, has termed childhood obesity as one of the most serious public health challenges of the 21st century. Next, according to Narayan Health, India has the second highest number of children. So India has the highest number of children suffering from obesity in the world, with 14.4 million obese kids. So in India there are 14.4 million obese kids, which is based on the body mass index. Okay, so the child is especially obese nowadays. Due to the causes of that, we will see in the further slides. So on what causes the person is obese, so what are its the complications, and this was nice to know, and it is according to Narayan Health. So the India is the second largest to consider the children who are suffering from obesity, with 14.4 million obese kids. Next one, definition of obesity. So obesity is a complex disease involving an excessive amount of body fat. So definition of that is obesity is a complex disease. Okay, it is not a simple disease, it's a complex one. With excessive amount of the body fat, there will be a storage of the adipose tissues. A disorder involving excessive body fat that increases the risk of health problems. So whenever the obesity is increasing, the health problems also begins. Obesity often results from taking in more calories than burned by exercise and normal daily activities. So what the normal people are doing is they sit and they have less activities, they have less physical activities, and they are taking more calories like they eat more on carbohydrates and they work on less. So that is considered as a obesity. Next is obesity occurs when a person's body mass index is 25 or greater. So how the person is considered as obese? So it is considered obese as the body mass index which is 25 or greater. Obesity is associated with a higher risk for serious diseases such as type 2 diabetes, heart disease and cancer. So obesity whenever the patient is obese, so there are very many chances of developing diabetes, which is type 2, and cancer, and also heart diseases, which is like hypertension or thrombosis, or there is a heart attack. So these are the heart diseases. Nextly we will see BMI class like 18.5 or underweight. So 18.5 or under is considered as underweight, and 18.5 to more than 25.0 is considered as normal. So 18.5 or below that is considered as underweight, and 18.5 to 25 more than 25.0 is normal, which is 18.5 to less than 25.0 normal. Weight 25.0 to less than 30.0 is overweight. 30.0 to less than 35.0 class 1 obesity. 35.0 to 40 class 2 obesity. 40 or over class, it's a grade 3 obesity. Okay, class 3 obesity, also known as morbid extreme or severe obesity. So next, what causes obesity? So what causes obesity? What are the causes of becoming obese nowadays? So there are eating more calories than you burn. So the taking on binging on snacks, and this all will make the calories burn more in daily activity and exercise. On a long term basis can lead to obese. So we take on lot of calories and we doesn't burn the calories. So this can lead to obesity. Over time, these extra calories add up and cause weight gain. Okay, but it's not always just about calories in and calories out or having a sedentary lifestyle. While those are indeed causes of obesity, some causes you cannot control. Some causes you cannot control, but some causes you can control, which is take in and take out of the calories. Some the causes you can control, but some causes you cannot control. Next one is a genetic, which can affect how your body processes food into energy and how fat is stored. So the cause is genetics. So this is the genetic cause here. So this was the cause. Growing older, this also can lead to obese, which can lead to less muscle mass and a slower metabolic rate, making it easier to gain weight. So there is a slower metabolic rate, and hence there is also a chances of becoming or gaining weight as there is a growing old. And genetics, not sleeping enough makes us obese, which can lead to hormonal changes that make you feel hungrier and crave certain high calorie foods. So there is no proper amount of sleep to your body, then your body makes there is a hormonal changes that makes you hungrier and crave certain high calorie foods. Next, coming to pregnancy, as weight gained during pregnancy may be difficult to lose and might eventually lead to obesity. Certain health conditions can also lead to weight gain, which may lead to obesity. So these conditions are polycystic ovarian disease, which is a PCOS. Okay, PCOD or PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome or polycystic ovarian disease, is a condition that causes an imbalance of female reproductive hormones. There is an imbalance of female hormones. Next, coming to Prader-Willi syndrome, it's a rare condition present at birth that causes excessive hunger. Prader-Willi syndrome, which causes excessive hunger, and hence the person eats a lot and becomes obese. Cushing syndrome, a condition caused by having high cholesterol levels, which is the stress hormone in your system. So Cushing syndrome, there is higher level of stress and that hormone releases, and then your body is stored in the fat. Hypothyroidism, underactive thyroid, a condition in which the thyroid gland which is there here doesn't produce enough of certain hormones, some certain important hormones is not being released, and hence the person becomes obese. So there is a hormonal disease, and then which is a hormonal disease that is considered as polycystic ovarian syndrome, and also Cushing syndrome, which is a stress hormone, and also thyroid hormones. Okay, osteoarthritis, and other conditions that causes pain that lead to reduced activity. Okay, so there is a knee joint pain, there is an ankle joint pain, there is a hip joint pain, which makes us immobile, and then the fat is deposited, and this is the secondary obesity. Okay, who is at risk for obesity? So generally, who is at risk now? A complex mix of factors can increase a person's risk for obesity. Genetics. Some people have genes that make it difficult for them to lose weight. So some people have genes. First, the person who are very much at risk is the ones who are having a genetic predisposition. So these are very difficult to make them lose weight. Environment and community. You may be at a higher risk of obesity for you If you live in a neighborhood with limited healthy food options or with many processed foods, which is high calorie food options like fast food restaurants, so like in the urban areas nowadays, so there is a lot of binging on to snacks and to high calorie foods, right, which is fast foods and street foods, spicy foods, oily foods, etc., and packed foods. So these are going to make person obese. Haven't you yet learned to cook healthy meals? So they don't know to cook and they bring from outside and they have. So next one is, don't think you can afford healthier food. Some people are very poor and they cannot afford to bring. Haven't found trusted source, a good place to play, walk or exercise in your neighborhood. So these are the persons who are at risk for obesity. Okay. Psychological and other factors. Depression can sometimes lead to weight gain, as some people may turn to food for emotional comfort. Certain antidepressants can also increase the risk of weight gain. So there is a depression, so that depression will make the person, in order to forget such depression, he just goes on eating due to emotional comfort. And certain antidepressants also cause obesity. And also, quitting smoking is always a good thing, but quitting may lead to weight gain too. In some people, it may lead to excessive trusted source weight gain. For that reason, it's important to focus on diet and exercise while you're quitting, at least after the initial withdrawal period. So the quitting period and antidepressants and depression. So these are the psychological and other factors which contributes to obesity. Next one, medications such as steroids, birth control pills can also raise your risk for weight gain. Suddenly withdrawing these medicines or continuous or prolonged use of these medications can lead to obesity. Next one, diagnostic factors. What are the diagnostic factors that you need to consider? Certain tests to help diagnose obesity related health risk. These may include blood test to examine cholesterol and glucose levels. Firstly, you have to examine the cholesterol and glucose levels. LFT, which is a liver function test and is a diabetes screening. Okay, there are thyroid test, blood test, LFTs and diabetes screening, heart test such as echocardiogram, which is ECG. What are the complications of obesity? As we go on seeing the complications now, so obesity has been linked to a number of health complications, some of which can be life-threatening if not treated. Type 2 diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, certain cancers like breast cancer, colon cancer, endometrial cancer, stroke, gallbladder disease, fatty liver disease, high cholesterol, sleep apnea and other breathing problems which is related to liver, and arthritis. So there is type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and it also leads to infertility. Okay, high blood pressure, certain cancers like colon cancer, breast cancer, endometrial cancer, stroke, gallbladder disease, fatty liver disease due to excessive drinking also, which leads to this obesity. High cholesterol, low density lipoprotein also contributes to that, and sleep apnea, okay, which is there is snoring and respiratory illness. And next coming to arthritis, infertility. Okay, next moving on to the which lifestyle and behavioral changes can help with weight loss. So what kind of lifestyle that we have to develop in order to lose weight? Daily activity. First of all, the person has to build his daily activity. He has to make his to-do list, and then he has to do take a certain amount of walking, which is half an hour per day, and sleeping on a proper time, and avoiding certain unnecessary medications. And daily activity involving in household activities also may help us in reducing weight. And eating habits such as excessive eating, okay, bulimia we call that, excessive munching on things, Emotional eating issues, emotional eating which is caused by depression. So just in order to make our mood fresh, so we just we just binge on something, we just move on to the restaurants and just with the friends and hang on, just go to the theaters and just while the advertise we just go and binge on something. So this all binging or just on eating unnecessarily without our body asking for food, so it leads to emotional eating issues here. So that was it for today, and how to reduce weight. So what and how we should reduce weight